Rafi Weatherall comes in from the Stuart Broad end, and his first ball, plenty of pace on it, and Alex Hales likes that, cuts it away square. Short format game this evening. Weatherall in to bowl to him, and he backs away, and they're claiming an edge, and up goes the finger, and Hales has to go, and Weatherall has got one of Nottinghamshire's big guns there early on, caught behind by McManus.
Bit of a strange dismissal there from Alex Hales. He's backed away and has just swung away a little bit there.
10 seconds mentioning it as Weatherall bowls, and Haynes is away with a boundary. This was short down the leg side on the hips, and Haynes final ball of the second over, and Haynes will get another boundary through the offside, so that's terrific for Jack Haynes. He's away from his left arm. Bowls, lovely looking shot from Joe Clark through the offside, and Notts are finding those boundaries we talked about. David Willey bowls and slammed back over his head by Clark. That was in the slot, as they say. David each side here as Weatherall bowls, and that's another powerful drive straight down the ground for one. Notts Outlaws. Weatherall bowls again, short, pulled away. Now then, will it be caught on the fence? It won't. It's gone for 6. Fielder out there leapt. It was a pretty decent effort. One ODI match back end of last year. He comes, bowls now, short and slammed away. Will that go for 6? It will indeed. And now Jack Haynes in on the act. Back-to-back sixes, and Scrimshaw's got off to the worst possible start. Clark on 21. Scrimshaw to bowl to the Notts skipper. Gives himself room and cuts it through the offside for 4. There's absolutely. He's got the wicket of Alex Hales on his CV.
Weatherall in short and pulled away by Haynes. Beautiful. He's in again here to Joe Clark, who has absolutely smashed that straight back over his head. That is a beautiful shot. That's, I'm going to call it, that shot of the night so far. Wow. As he's in this way to Haynes, who is reverse sweeping and has a bit of a top edge, but he's got enough of it. As that's going to Raza in again. This one short, and this one hammered away from Haynes. He looks in some form. Red dot ball this over. Secunda Raza in his last ball of the over. Very round arm delivery, and well, it's got the treatment as well. Road boundary, and he's into Jack Haynes, who's sweeping it and sweeping it and sweeping it for 6. Lovely shot, beautiful shot that is. Doesn't matter if it's a long boundary or a short boundary, Jack Haynes will still hit it for 6. Great. Kudos to Joe Clark, and Jack Haynes as Bapara in again to Clark, who's cut away, and that's going to be 4.
Joe Clark 48 not out on strike. Zabe bowls, and this is it up in the air, and he might have got a wicket first ball. He has. Clark already turning and making his way back towards the dugout. 8 made from 30 balls, and Notts are 104 for 2 at the start of the 11th as Trent Bridge rises to Will Young here. Bowls, and Young, a little push onto the offside, and he's out. Oh, that's a brilliant bit of fielding from David Willey. Young, like myself, must have thought that was going to find its way down. He's going to be bowling to Tom Moores to begin with. Lines this up from behind his back, and Tom Moores has helped that into the stand, so Raza's evening hasn't got any better. Started with a 6, I think, last time when he came on. Raza bowls to Haynes. It's very well battered, Jack Haynes, as he tucks this on the leg side. The field is set deep, so he can almost walk through for a single, and very much enjoyed watching Jack Haynes. So to bowl to him, and he's got a little lucky there, went to cut that away square of the wicket. It's off the outside edge, and it's going to run away here. George Scrimshaw trying to get after it, and he's got to chase after this one as well, and he's given up on that one. Now that is a nicely executed. Zabe round the wicket now, and this one's hit down the ground, and it should be caught, and is safely pouched. David Willey's feet decided to go from underneath him, and there's another wicket as Matthew Montgomery.
Once again he's in again to Calvin Harrison, and nice and short, and Calvin Harrison, that's a beautiful shot. Short. David Willey continuing, and he is knocking Calvin Harrison's leg stump out the ground. Well, that is a great way to come back.
A little bit of take that. Who, of course, were
hard from the Stuart Broad end, and Lyndon James slamming it straight up into the air, and he is running off. Well, I said they didn't want to lose another wicket, and they really didn't want to lose Lyndon James. Scrimshaw's taken a little bit of pace off there, and Mid-off, who runs round and takes it where Mid-on would be standing, and Notts lose their 8th, and they're 1-5-1 for 8 now, and are in a bit of trouble now. His captain Joe Clark will be desperate for him to get his best of 10 here and just relax, and unfortunately he's not going to do that, because that is not the best way to start your debut. 151 for 9 after 17.4. And just looking on the replay, that running into Lister, and it's full and it's pushed out to mid-off for a dot ball. For a moment I thought he had picked out extra cover, just for a fleeting moment. Scrimshaw in again and slower ball, and this time Ollie Stone has nicked it. So the first one he didn't nick, the second one he has nicked, and in all honesty that will be a bit of a disappointment for Joe Clark and his troops, and that is very far from ideal. Scrimshaw picks up his third of the evening. Wasn't a very nice team to play against, to be honest with you. As Dylan Pennington comes in, and Ricardo Vasconcelos, he has made room for himself. Pennington in again to Vasconcelos, who is ramping that and ramping it terribly straight to Joe Clark. Well, there's his first Outlaws blast wicket.
From Pennington, horrible way to get out. He fancied it was short enough to rock back and try and put.
Pennington in again, and it's nicked away, and it's unlucky. It's found the gap, it's found a tiny gap, and it's gone. Pennington short and wide, and that time Matthew Bretzker is not going to miss out, and he has absolutely played that beautifully. Pennington in again, and catch shirt, he's not going to do that, as that's drifted down the leg side this time, and Bretzker is in again, and this one full and driven through the offside. It's absolutely hammered through the offside from David Willey. Cover stood no chance. Lister in again, and it's short, and that is, oh my word, that's miles. That is absolutely huge from David Willey. That is ginormous. Lister in again, and Bretzker this time, he's absolutely smashed that over mid-off for 6. That's a glorious shot. That's an absolutely fantastic shot.
Willey's on strike on 15. Stone bowls to him, and this is drilled away through the offside for 4 more. No protection for Notts. Such a high pace here. Stone in again, and this one's hit just as hard back past him, straight down the ground for 4 more. It's like the game is on fast forward. He comes in, bowls to Willey, and he's taken the aerial route. Doesn't matter where you put the fielders. You can't have them. Has it been? No, it's been spilled in the Fox Road stand. Double quick time as Stone comes in again. Full toss, 4 more through the offside. That was just food and drink. 18 off 4 balls in this over. He's got 4 more here. Lifted this up and over point. Calvin Harrison, the leg spinner from the broad end. This one's hit up in the air, and it just sails and sails and sails halfway up the Smith Cooper stand. It has been caught in the crowd this time, but it's 6 more. 8 runs conceded. He comes in again, the leg spinner, and this one turns past the bat and past Tom Moore's, and will disappear down below us for 4 byes, I'm sure. Just have a little. No, there must have been a top edge. 81 for 1. It's Montgomery again, past umpire Middlebrook, and this one slammed down the ground. It will find the fence for 12 in his first over. Harrison, and this one slammed down the ground. Alex Hales is on the rope and looks behind him. 39 of them. He's got 6 more here. He's hit this onto the leg side, and it sails over. Begins 6. That's 3 in a row. Harrison bowls, and this is 4.
That's 4 in a row, is it? It is. That's 4 in a row.
The 100 partnership comes up from 47 balls. Calvin Harrison, 5th ball of the over, and this is going to should be caught down there by Lyndon James, and is. And Harrison gets his man, and David Willey bidding for a 5th 6th in the over. 7 4s and 7 6s, and that is one of the most destructive T20 innings I've seen here for quite some time. And Trent Bridge,
with him.
Well, he's got some now. Ollie Stone's bowling to him, and he's clipped this away, and he's going to get his 2nd 6. So
create something special. Ravi Bopara, no, he can't. That's a fantastic shot. Ravi Bopara gets on the sweep shot. No risks need to be taken, as that helps. That really does help. Bretzker looking to force the issue. Pennington in, and Bretzker's helped that. Going. It's gone for 6. Pennington into Bopara, who has cut that. That is an extraordinary shot. He has uppercut that over. That's short, and Bretzker hammers that away down the ground. That will be a 50, and that will be the win for the Steelbacks. Their first win at Trent Bridge in the blast.